Welcome to another deep dive. You know we love to help you learn English, and we're all about those real-life conversations, right?
Absolutely.
It's so much fun to break down the language you hear every day. And guess what? We've got a fantastic expert here to help us do just that.
Hey everyone, excited to jump in and explore some English with you all.
Today we're heading to the movies.
Sounds fun.
It's a classic, right?
Yeah.
At the movie theater. We've got a short dialogue that's perfect for English learners, and we're going to take it apart bit by bit so you can use these phrases yourself. Ready to get started?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right, so picture this. Alex and Ella are at the movie theater about to see a movie.
Okay.
Let's listen in on their conversation.
Hi, Ella.
Hi, Alex. This movie looks interesting.
Yes. I want to see it.
Do you want popcorn?
Sure, I like sweet popcorn.
The movie starts in 10 minutes.
Where are our seats?
Row C seats 5 and 6.
Perfect. Let's go in now.
I don't know about you, but I love how natural that sounded.
Me too. It felt very realistic.
Even if you're just starting with English, I bet you could understand most of that, right?
Absolutely. Super clear and easy to follow.
Now let's get our expert to break down some of the key phrases and words. So what jumped out at you in that dialogue?
Well, first of all, they managed to cover a lot of ground in just a few lines, didn't they?
They did.
Talking about the movie snacks, showtime, and they even found their seats. It's like a mini masterclass in movie theater conversation.
It really is. And it just shows you how much you can say with a handful of simple phrases.
Right.
And I love that they used really common, easy to understand words.
Absolutely. Makes it so much more accessible.
Let's zero in on some of those key phrases.
Okay, so one of the first things Ella said was, "This movie looks interesting."
Yes.
Such a great way to express your interest in something.
Simple and effective. And then Alex replies with, I want to see it.
Another great one.
Another super useful phrase for saying you want to do something.
Totally. And then there's that classic movie question, right?
Oh, yeah, the popcorn.
Do you want popcorn? You can't go to the movies without snacks.
Seriously, it's part of the experience.
And Alex replies with, I like sweet popcorn. Nice and simple way to state your preference.
Yes, everyone has their favorite kind of popcorn.
Exactly. And then Ella checks the time saying, the movie starts in 10 minutes. Important to keep track of time so we don't miss the beginning.
Definitely. And finally, they find their seats.
Yes, the classic, where are our seats?
Asking for directions or information is such a crucial skill.
In any situation, not just at the movie theater.
Exactly. And Ella gives him clear instructions, row C seats 5 and 6.
Straight to the point. No confusion there.
I love it. Okay, so we've got a great overview of those phrases. Now let's take a closer look at some of those essential vocab words they used.
Let's do it.
I'm ready. Well, our source material highlighted 3 key words for us.
Okay.
Movie, popcorn, and seat, the holy trinity of movie-going vocabulary.
Love it. All right, let's start with movie. Break it down for us like we're 5 years old. Okay, so a movie is basically a story, but instead of reading it in a book, you watch it on a big screen.
I love it. Moving pictures, telling a story.
Exactly. And then there's popcorn, that delicious, crunchy, fluffy goodness that makes movies even better.
Seriously, though, who doesn't love popcorn at the movies?
Right. It's like a requirement.
And finally, seat, which is simply the place where you sit to enjoy the movie.
Exactly. Your designated spot for the cinematic experience.
Perfect. Movie, popcorn, and seat words you'll use every time you go to the movies.
Absolutely. And remember, the more you practice saying these words, the more comfortable you'll become using them in real life.
Exactly. So don't be shy, say them out loud. Movie, popcorn, seat.
Movie, popcorn, seat.
Duh. It's easy.
And fun.
All right, now that we've got those keywords down, let's dive a little deeper.
Let's see how those words work in sentences.
Ooh, yeah. That's a great idea. You know, it's one thing to know a word, but it's another to actually use it right.
Exactly. You got to put those words into action.
So let's start with movie. It's a noun, right?
It is. It's a thing.
A thing.
Yes.
Okay, so how do we use it in a sentence?
You could say something like, I want to watch a movie.
Eerie.
Or, let's go see a movie tonight.
Perfect, see? Simple sentences, but you're already using the word correctly.
Exactly.
Now, what about popcorn?
Popcorn is also a noun. You can say, I like popcorn.
Straightforward.
Or, if you want to be a little more polite, you could say, can I have some popcorn, please?
Ooh, yes, politeness. Very important.
Always good manners.
And how about seat? How will we use that one?
Well, if you're a little lost, you could ask, where's my seat?
Smart.
Or if you're feeling cozy, you could say, this is a comfortable seat.
I love it. You're giving us so many practical examples.
That'd make it useful, right?
This is awesome. It's amazing how you can take just a few words and start building sentences right away.
It's like building blocks of language.
I like that. Building blocks. Now I have a fun idea.
Ooh, okay.
I'm intrigued. What if we go back to that dialogue for a second? But we add a little twist.
A twist. All right, I'm game. What kind of twist?
Let's imagine Alex and Ella hit a snag at the movie theater.
Oh, what kind of snag?
Okay, so they get to their seats all excited, and then they realize they're in the wrong row.
Oh, no.
How do you think that would change their conversation?
Well, I imagine Alex might say something like, oh, I think we're in the wrong row. Our tickets say row C, but these are row D.
Ooh, good one. And how would Ella respond?
She might say, oh, no. Let me double check the tickets. You're right, we need to go back one row.
Perfect. This is great. We're taking a simple dialogue and making it even more real.
Exactly. Things don't always go perfectly smoothly right.
Yep.
So you got to be able to handle those little hiccups.
Okay, let's take it up another notch.
Yeah.
What if they get to row C, but all the seats are taken?
Oof, that's a tough one.
Right.
In that case, they might need to ask an usher for help.
Good idea.
Alex could say something like, excuse me, we have tickets for row C seats 5 and 6, but it looks like those seats are taken. Could you help us find the right seats?
That's such a polite way to ask for help.
And he's giving specific information from their tickets, which is really helpful.
Exactly. The usher knows exactly what's going on.
Makes it much easier to get the problem solved.
This is so cool. We're seeing how those basic words and phrases can be used in so many different ways.
And that's the key, right?
What is?
Flexibility. You need to be able to adapt your language to different situations. That's how you build real confidence.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's okay to make mistakes along the way.
Oh, definitely. Mistakes are part of the learning process.
I make them all the time.
Me too. Everyone does.
The important thing is to keep practicing and learning from those mistakes.
Exactly. Speaking of practice, I want to remind our listeners that liking and subscribing to our podcast helps us create more awesome content like this.
It really does. Those likes and subscriptions mean the world to us.
And it helps other people discover the show too.
So if you're enjoying this deep dive, hit that subscribe button and give us a like.
We appreciate your support.
Now let's talk about some fun ways our listeners can practice what they've learned today.
Okay. First up, find a language partner.
A language buddy.
Yes. And you can role play different scenarios like the movie theater situation we just talked about.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's like acting.
Exactly. And it takes the pressure off because you're just practicing with a friend.
Another tip, watch movies or TV shows in English with the subtitles on.
Love that.
Pay attention to the dialogue. See if you can spot those key words and phrases and even try repeating them out loud.
Oh, yes, practice your pronunciation. That's a great tip.
And don't forget about self-practice. Talk to yourself in English, describe what you see around you, even narrate your day.
I love that. It's like you're the star of your own English-speaking show.
Exactly. The more you use the language, the more natural it will become.
Couldn't agree more. Consistency is key. Even a little bit of practice each day can make a huge difference.
Absolutely. All right, now before we wrap up with our final thoughts, let's give our listeners something to think about.
Ooh, I like that. A little food for thought before we go.
Always fun to leave them with a question, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about going to the movies,
Yeah.
but have you ever noticed how the experience can be kind of different depending on where you are in the world?
Oh, totally. Different cultures have different ways of doing things.
Right. Like in some countries, it's totally normal to chat during the movie,
Yeah.
but in other places, it's like super rude.
It's true.
Yeah.
You gotta know the local customs.
And what about the snacks?
Oh, yeah, the snacks. Big differences there, too.
Some cultures might be all about those savory snacks instead of sweet popcorn.
Yeah.
Or they might have some totally unique movie theater treats that you wouldn't find anywhere else.
So interesting, right?
It is. It's like going to the movies to be a little adventure in itself.
Absolutely. You get a glimpse into different cultures and how people do things.
So here's a question for our listeners. What are some of the unique movie theater customs or phrases you've come across?
Oh, yeah. Share your stories with us. We'd love to hear about them.
We're all ears.
Definitely.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive into At the Movie Theater.
It's been a blast.
Thanks for joining us.
And happy English learning, everyone.
We'll catch you on our next deep dive.
Thanks for joining the conversation here at Kaz English. We hope you found it fun and informative. Don't forget to check out kazapp.uk. That's kazapp.uk for more tips, resources, and interactive practice. Keep exploring, keep chatting, and we'll catch up with you again soon.